Hey guys, so today is, let's see, what's today? Today is Wednesday, the 18th, and, let's see, I don't know about you, I'm having a pretty good day. Like, nothing's really gone wrong yet. I should not say that. Everything's gonna go wrong now. Today turned out to be pretty good. Like, I got up, I was mostly refreshed. I got like 7 hours of sleep, which is so much more than I get. I usually get 3 or 4 tops. So I got like 7 hours of sleep. Recommendation: if you ever feel sick or something, just sleep, and you'll feel so much better. Just saying. Free tip. So went to math, boring as hell. Went to music history, which is the class that basically, if you take in high school choir, especially if it's been with Mr. Childs, you know most of the things that he's saying. If you've taken anything with Mr. Childs and Mr. Cox, especially, like, just because those are the only music teachers I've ever had. But, so that's what I'm referencing. If you've had those guys, one of them or both of them, you know everything that is taught in Music History 100 in college. I could not go to that class and still know a good bit of what he's teaching. I could still get a solid B+ on that test. Because it's like music theory and melody and harmony and what's monophonic and polyphonic and homophonic, and I'm like, I already know all this stuff. Excuse me. So when I was done with that class, I came back and I watched Glee, which I will get to at the end, because since I don't really have time to watch it at Tuesday nights, I watch it Wednesday mornings on Fox.com. And so, amazing. We'll get to that in a minute. Finish with my day. After that, I went to lunch and then English. And English, we have to write this paper. And we have to take a social issue that is commonly defined somehow. Like, beauty is commonly defined in pop culture as the thinnest. That when you think beautiful, you never think of bigger people. But to me, Adele, beautiful. Queen Latifah, beautiful. Jordan Sparks, who I know who's lost a bit of weight recently, but even when she was bigger, she was so beautiful. Like, she was just radiantly beautiful. And, those are the kind of things. So you would take something like that and then redefine it and show exactly what it means to you. And I'm doing what it means to be a survivor versus what it means to be a victim. And so I'm kind of relating it to my life because, like I've said in past videos, I've gone through a lot of shit. Excuse me. So I figured, why not write a paper about it? Because I wrote a paper about coming out at IYG through a poem that I'd written to my father. And I didn't come out to my father, but it's a poem where I come out to my father. And I got great reviews on it. Like, she loved that paper. She said it was the bravest paper that she had read in a long time. And I was like, okay. And then it was well written, and I was like, oh, cool. Let's go with that. I got an A on that paper. All 3 times I turned it in, I got an A on that paper. Because you turn it in, you do corrections, and you turn it again, then you do corrections, and you turn it in finally. And the final draft of it got 97%, and I was very happy. But then I went down to the village, to the gas station to get some stuff, and then I went to Starbucks because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally craving Starbucks. And this is my usual. It is the double chocolate chip frappuccino. Delicious. So good. And then I got the blueberry muffin, which I never had before. So good. And I just got back and I was walking in, and this guy, I made eye contact, like, he's a stranger, and you know how sometimes when you walk in through the door and there's people at the desk, and I always, make eye contact with someone, even if it's, like, not on purpose. And I made eye contact, and he's like, hey! And I'm like, hi! And he's like, do I know you? No, I live here. He's like, I've seen you before. I was like, I live here. And he's like, no, from my hometown. And I'm like, where are you from? He's like, Spencer. Well, just south of Spencer, Indiana. And I was like, well, my family lived there for a while, so you probably know one or multiple of my siblings. Because I didn't actually ever go to school in Spencer. We only lived there till I was like 6. But from the time I was like 2 or 3 to the time I was 6 or so, we lived there. And so I was like, we know most of the people in Spencer. It's literally like a 200 population town. It's worse than Chiefland. And that's saying a lot because Chiefland is tiny. Chiefland is like a 5-mile radius. And then everybody in the outskirts goes there too because otherwise we wouldn't have an excuse for a school. That's how ridiculous it is. Oh, last night I have to tell you guys. Okay. I have to tell you guys this. I have to tell this, guys. Really? Last night, after I was done making those videos, because I made them in the study lounge because I did not want to be rude to my roommate who was on the phone. Okay? So I come back in, right? Not thinking anything of it. Try to turn the doorknob. Doorknob's locked. She locked me out. I didn't have my keys on me because I told her not to lock the door. And she locked me out. And so I had to take all my stuff down to the front desk and get unlocked. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. If you're in college, take your key and your ID with you everywhere, even if you're just going to the bathroom, because, to be totally honest, you never know when stuff like that's going to happen. That's the lesson I learned. I always take my ID with me everywhere, but I never take my key with me if I'm just, like, going to leave the door unlocked. If I'm just going to the study lounge, which is right next door, I don't even lock my door, because no one comes back here, because no one lives back here but me and my roommate. So I don't ever think anything of it. So yeah, that was my day. I don't know if he was just making an excuse to talk to me, or if he really did think that I was from his hometown. I don't know, but he seemed nice. So maybe I'll talk to him again. So Glee. We had to talk about Glee. That was the 7-minute recap of my day. We had to talk about Glee, though. Most amazing episode. There were amazing songs. There were amazing There was so much amazing acting, and there was, like, love in every scene. Oh my god. If you have not seen this episode yet, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but, like, except for what you've seen in the previews. But Schuster, proposes to Miss Pillsbury, and it's just so cute. It's like with synchronized swimming. Great idea. Who had this idea? Ryan Murphy, if you had this idea, I love you. And then Darren Criss is just on, like, a platform of synchronized swimming people, and he's just blowing kisses like this. And cutest thing, it's on my Tumblr. If you haven't seen it yet, I have it on my Tumblr. It's a little GIF. It's on my Tumblr. It is so cute. I would marry that man in a second. I would marry... I'm just swearing a little bit. I would marry that man in a second. I keep having, like, these daydreams about what would happen if he came over and hung out with me for the day. Although I do like Damien a lot better. I do like Damien. Like, he is the cutest guy. He has the smoothest voice. They did Summer Lovin' from Grease. That was their opener. That was literally the opening of the show, was a song. And it's like the opening of a musical. And Damien sings pretty much all the lines except for, in the guy's part, except for, but you don't gotta brag. Most of them he sings, and if you listen to the recording only, it sounds like Darren Criss, but it's slightly deeper, and I was like, that's not Darren, and then I watched the episode, it was Damien. He has the prettiest voice, and I didn't watch the Glee Project that much. I saw, like, every other episode, maybe. I didn't even see the finale. I didn't like the other two. I didn't like two of the people that even made it to the finale. Damien was my favorite at that point. I was pulling for him. And I'm really glad that he won because he has this really thick accent when he talks. But when he sings, smoothest voice. Just saying. Beautiful. Rivals Chris Colfer. Really does. And my favorite on the Glee squad. Because Chris Colfer and Darren Criss were my two favorite people. And then Naya Rivera, just because she is just stunningly beautiful while being so sweet. Because she's a very sweet person in real life. She's nothing like Santana. Even though people compare me to Santana. And if one more person compares me to Santana, I'm going to go all Mars Hill up in here. It is ridiculous. You do not compare me to Santana. I'm not a bitch all the time. I'm only a bitch if you mess with someone that I love. You mess with someone I love and you're dead. But yeah, so that was my day. And that was Glee. And I can't say enough good things, but I'm not going to say too much because probably a bunch of you haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it, you have to go to Fox.com And if you're a Dish user, if you're a Dish member, then you can log in right now and see it for free. But if not, you're going to have to wait till next Wednesday to see it. That's just how it is, because it's for 8 days. It's locked to only Dish customers and Xfinity customers and Cox customers. So if you're one of those people, you can get it right now. But if you're not, then you have to wait till next Wednesday, which is sad, because actually, I bet if you wait long enough, it'll be on YouTube. But it is the best episode. Like, it's such a great way to start from the break. Like, because there's that weird break in seasons because of the holidays and stuff. And it is just, it's the best way to start it. And then, rumor has it that on the 31st, that's a Tuesday, right? Yeah. The 31st, they are doing a Glee episode where it is Michael Jackson themed. However, the Valentine's Day episode, Darren Criss is not in because he was on Broadway when they filmed it. And so you don't get to see him. Oh, by the way, Nick Jonas took over for Darren Criss on Broadway. And I have to say, I read this interview with him because he was on The Advocate. And I read almost everything that comes up on the Advocate website. And he was on there having an interview about his view on gay rights and gay people. And he's very accepting, and I applaud him. Apparently his family is very accepting, and they really don't care. And they're not, like, crazy extremist Christians. You know what I mean? Like, they take the whole purity thing very seriously. But his dad's a preacher, and they're very accepting, and they believe that love is love, and he's very for gay marriage, apparently, if that's how I'm interpreting what he said is correct. He really didn't say yes or no. He just said, well, I just think love is love, and so it should just be like that. So I don't know if he's for gay marriage, but he seems very nice. And to be totally honest, when I was younger, when I was like 12 or 13, I was obsessed with the Jonas Brothers. 8th grade, I was obsessed with the Jonas Brothers because they were big at the time, and I really liked him, and I thought Nick was really cute, and I wanted to marry him so badly. But he really does. Like, if you just look at him from a talent point of view, he really does have a very powerful voice. I think it's going to take some... I think his music could use some work, but he himself has a very powerful voice, and he can do... You know, he has a lot of potential, what I'm saying. For a 19-year-old, a lot of potential. Also, IYG, if you know what I'm talking about, then you will love this. Just won the suit against the Indiana BMV for getting an IYG license plate. So now you can go buy an IYG license plate where it says Indiana Youth Group on it, and it's got the hand, which is their symbol, and you'll see it. Just go to theadvocate.com, and it's Indiana wins gay license plate. And yeah, we were on the Advocate. I was so astonished. I was like, people know who we are. And so they won that lawsuit. So now you can go buy it for $40, and $25 of it goes to the Indiana Youth Group. And they are an amazing place. And if you haven't gone there yet, you need to go. It's not just for LGBT people. It's for straight people too. It's a very accepting, very loving, very come be our family type place. It's got a bunch of crazy people in it though. So if you're Republican, I'm kidding. I'm totally joking, guys. But, you know, if you're not an accepting person, I wouldn't go there because they'll probably kick your ass. I'm kidding. They're not violent. None of them are violent. None of them. They're just some great people who go there. But it's for teenagers from 12 to 20. So if you're over 20, so if you're 21 and older or 11 and younger, you cannot go. And I'm sorry. You'll just have to wait. But yeah, that's my rant of the day. I'll probably make another video tonight and post that tomorrow, just because I really don't have any time tomorrow. So I might make tomorrow's video today and post it tomorrow. Yeah, so I will see you guys later. And if you have any questions, comments, ideas for videos, please put them in the comments. I really like comments, so please comment. You know, I really like those. You know, share this video with your friends, give me some views. I saw the statistics the other day, and people in Alaska and Australia have been watching my videos. How cool is that? I'm just saying, like, people from across the world have seen my face. It's so cute. I'm kidding. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye. Love you.